All right, and we're live. Hey guys, my name's Adam. If this is your first time here today, I'm doing my third episode. Is it an episode? My third day of VEDA as a review or discussion of WrestleMania, which just ended. Took me a couple minutes to get live because it's changed since the mood strike. Is when we used to go live every Saturday. But yeah, so I didn't watch the pre-show. It probably would have been the best part of this show. I'll tell you right now, my reaction is I thought it was a pretty lackluster WrestleMania. But let's get started. Ladder match. Actually, I'll go by Wikipedia because they've got everything here, and I've got some notes here. So, I didn't see the pre-show. The ladder match I thought was pretty cool. Polka dots, that's awesome. Obviously, tribute to Dusty Rhodes. Zack Ryder winning and his the ring. It was very cool to see Zack Ryder finally come out on top. However, it feels a little bit like really too little too late at this point, but still awesome for Zack Ryder. The second match was Jericho and AJ Styles. Jericho came out on top. I have a note here that the neck breaker from the second rope said extremely innovative offense, but it was on NXT TakeOver like 2 or 3 days earlier. The ending, I have something about the ending. Oh yeah, it looked like the ref was in the way for the ending. The ending was pretty cool, but like I said, that whole stuff with the ref, I'm not sure if he was supposed to be in the way, or it looked like he was supposed to be because referees are smart enough not to be there ever in between the two competitors. But it was a very strange little way to end the match. Then they had Zack Ryder and Maria Menounos interview. Basically, nothing happened here. Same thing. New Day came out, giant box of steel. That was an interesting choice for an entrance. I remember when I was a kid, I used to watch Cactus Jack come out of the. I'm just seeing if I'm sorry. I'm just seeing if I'm live streaming on my channel. It doesn't appear to be there, but that's okay. But yeah, I remember seeing Cactus Jack come out of a box on TV, and that was always a strange, really cool entrance. I guess this is a variation where they came out of a cereal box. Not the same thing, not quite effective. The League of Nations wrestled them, fine match, whatever. The League of Nations won, interesting choice. Then out came Shawn Michaels, Mick Foley, and Stone Cold Steve Austin. They did an interesting thing where Shawn Michaels was in his gear, Cactus Jack was in what he wears to wrestle, which is just his regular clothes, practically pajamas, and then Steve Austin came out in jeans. And yeah, they beat the living tar out of the League of Nations, and then Barrett ate everyone's finisher, probably because Barrett is leaving. So I guess that's kind of nice of them. I'm not sure if that's a good send-off or a bad send-off because he got to interact with all of these ones and before things contracts up. Next was Lesnar Ambrose. I'll lie, a little bit of technical difficulty watching this, we'll say. Not that I would ever use any illegal means to watch professional wrestling, but yeah, for some weird reason I just couldn't quite get to watch all of this match, so it's hard for me to say, but I found it lackluster. What I was expecting was that Undertaker Jeff Hardy type match where Jeff Hardy kind of got the snot kicked out of him, but sort of won everyone over by in losing, still won everyone over because he showed how much heart he had. But there was a German suplex into the chairs, which Lesnar took the brunt of it and was supposed to be Ambrose. Yeah, that was about it. The women's title, this is really cool. They've finally gotten rid of the worst title belt in the history of any pro wrestling organization, I would actually say. The ugly, ugly Divas title, and finally switched it to the women's title, which is just the same thing as the men's title, only it's lighter colors. I'm not sure if it's pink. I'm a little bit colorblind, but it looked like it was either pink or white. So that's a good choice, I would say. And Lita being the person to present it is a good choice. Only person that would be better would have to be, of course, Stratus, or even Medusa, or Alundra Blaze, as she was known as in the WWE. Would have been an excellent is to do that. I'm sure she was there. I actually remember them mentioning, so she would have been a great choice too. But Lita works too. Don't get me wrong. And yeah, that was the women's match. I would say the women's match was the best match on the card tonight. Sasha, Charlotte, and Becky. There was some really cool pinning sequences beginning. That's always fun. Sasha did a really cool frog splash onto Bayley. No, it was onto Charlotte while Charlotte was in the figure 8. Very cool. Figure 8, figure 4, I don't know. Whether she was bridged or not, I can't tell you. But yeah, I think that is probably going to be sort of a WrestleMania highlight or women's division highlight that we'll see the rest of their career. I was a little bit upset with the outcome. I thought Sasha Banks deserved to win this. Charlotte will go down in the last Divas champion. And it would be cool to give that first women's WWE, the first women's title, or the first women's WWE championship, whatever the heck they're calling it. It would have been cool for Sasha Banks to be the one to get it. Becky would have been cool too, but I think Sasha is women's wrestler in division. Taker and Shane. Geez, what do you say about this match? It was long, I'll give them that. Shane and Taker moved out of the way at the last second. I got a table is gimmicked, like spring-loaded, padded, or something. I couldn't really tell, but it's definitely we already know that the tables are there to take the brunt of the damage. So I think that the table was even gimmicked further, but any evidence of it, I gotta believe that it was. Good move getting Taker out of the way, though. I don't think that the broken down, what is he? I don't know. I don't even know how old he is. I'm only gonna guess, but an old man Undertaker. Not that I don't want to be like vlogging life in the stream where I'm sort of sick, but yeah, it's great, but I wouldn't want to see him put his body in any other danger. I've also got a note here. If we see you make the fucking cell, we see you cut the bolts to the cell when somebody gets slammed through it, how is those to be significant? It doesn't make anyone look powerful. We've seen you gimmick the cell before someone gets thrown into it, so that was kind of silly. I think that they would have to not making the cell like they did in this match. Next was the Andre the Giant Battle Royale. Shaq was in it. This is my expectation, was win it, and then they would put him into the Hall of Fame next year at WrestleMania. Yeah, they probably will put him into the Hall of Fame next year, because that's why you would put him in there. Dallas Page was in there. That was really cool. To me, the Hall of Fame, the Celebrity Wing Hall of Fame, is all right. Sure, if they're going to do that, I mean, they've already done it. There's no sense in resisting it. But to my knowledge, what is her name? Cyndi Lauper is still not in the Hall of Fame. How can you not have the woman that brought pop culture to WrestleMania in the Hall of Fame if you're going to have any celebrity there? I don't think anyone, I mean, I've said before Mr. T should be in, and now he's in, and but Cyndi Lauper, it doesn't make any sense for her not to be in yet. That one was won by Baron Corbin. That's cool. NXT, excellent opportunity to highlight somebody new. And then The Rock came out. That was cool, seeing The Rock and Dallas cheerleaders. They had a flamethrower, which is just weird. It kind of felt like he was just like, I'm The Rock, I'm awesome, I got all this charisma, and I got to go get this flamethrower. He even kind of went back and got it afterwards, which it just felt kind of awkward when a guy is sort of that, that electrifying, as they say, and he had to, wait a second, I got to go back and get this thing. Why didn't you just come out with it? It would have looked looked more sort of copacetic, as they say. He announced that the attendance record was broken. I believe it was legitimately broken, but the record they announced is 101,763 in attendance. Now, I will tell you that that is not the legitimate record. Anyone that really follows WWE and looks into it knows that the numbers that they announce they're just for show. They're not actually. There weren't 90,000 people in attendance when Andre the Giant was body slammed by Hulk Hogan, even though they'll tell you that. I think it was somewhere like 78,000 or something. I can't remember the number offhand, but that was not a legitimate number, and they legitimately drew more than the sorry, I don't know, because we'll find out afterwards, but I have heard that they were expected to legitimately outdraw WrestleMania 3, which they should, but they didn't legitimately draw 101,700. I would expect they drew probably somewhere around 98, 90, just under 100,000, and then they bumped it up to 101 just to make it seem legitimate, because if you just say 100,000, it seems obvious, right? But again, that's all speculation. We'll see in the time to come. The Wyatt family came out to confront The Rock, which is, all right, that's cool. I mean, Bray Wyatt's whole gimmick is that he's against the establishment, against the chosen one, if you will. And who is more of the chosen one than Dwayne The Rock Johnson? So that's cool. I can get into that. However, then they had Rowan lost a match to him in 5 seconds, just so that they could establish that he broke the attendance record. Oh wait, just 1 second here. Okay, perfect. So just so they could sort of link The Rock with record breaking, he went out and announced they broke the attendance record, and then announced that he announced that the WWE broke the attendance record, and then he went on to break a record himself. So I guess that's The Rock's new kind of thing, is he's the record breaker guy. Sure. Whatever. So cool. Extra bonus match. Everybody got to see The Rock wrestle in attendance. That's cool. And then they went. Oh, and then John Cena returned. They did this this thing where the Wyatt family tried to gang up on The Rock, and then John Cena came out. Awfully incredible healing power, that John Cena. He wasn't expected to return for quite some time, and well, he's back before anyone expected him to be there. So hey, good for him. I don't know where he's getting his incredible healing power from, but sure. So yeah, I don't know if Cena's back or if he's just sort of wanted to be included in WrestleMania this year. So yeah, he did that. And then the main event, where Triple H made another batshit insane entrance. Was it last year that he did the Terminator entrance? Yeah, last year he did the crazy Terminator entrance. And, you know, I like cool entrances. I remember the first really sort of cool entrance I saw that I can remember was WrestleMania 12, where Shawn Michaels came down from the rafters on like I don't know what you call it, like a wire ride that kids come on, but he did it over the entire stadium. That was cool. And then of course The Undertaker is the king of cool entrances. And then Triple H has seen these cool entrances, and not being one to be outdone, has just gone further and further and taken them ridiculous places. And now they had this weird, like, sort of, I don't even know, like 1984 propaganda video where people are in suits, where they had like a Slipknot sort of face mask where their face was covered and bolted shut. It's supposed to be a metaphor for the audience whose mouth is bolted shut. And then they had this weird skeleton king mask that was taken off to reveal not Triple H, but his wife, Stephanie McMahon, who then had a very visible microphone, much like this one, where she announced that you're all under my control and I rule the universe. Nobody has any say up for us, and we're terrible people. A very last ditch to try to get some meat, because it was clear that they weren't getting any. And then Triple H came out, and then they had, now this is one thing that bothered me. It doesn't it's a non-point at this point, but every one of these sort of masked people that were behind Triple H had their own WWE title, and I realize that I can go and buy my own WWE title if I want to. However, when I was a kid, it always seemed special. It always seemed special that there was only one title, and the closest I could get was this sort of plastic and styrofoam approximation of the WWE title. And now everyone can get their own replica belt. And that's fine, but it just felt real, I guess just wrong is the best word, that there's like 30 of them, I guess not 30, but 15 of them are behind Triple H. Why are people fighting over this one belt? There's of the belt represents the title. It felt wrong to expose, not to expose, it doesn't expose it, but it just felt wrong to highlight the fact that you can just buy replica belts and you've got the looking belts that the WWE has. And the Roman came, I'm pretty sure he botched his entrance, and it was an extremely lackluster entrance anyway, plus he botched it. So who are you going to, like, not that you didn't have enough reason to cheer for Roman Reigns as is, but who are you going to cheer for? The guy that has the awesome, cool, super, like, billion-dollar entrance, or the guy that punches the ground and some fireworks go up in the shape of a star, and he screws it up? So before Roman even got announced, there were boos for him. And this whole program, I believe, has been, not purposely, but it almost was built to make Roman look like a heel. Triple H was put into the Rumble, but he put in as an actual competitor. He competed. He got the last number, but he did it. There was the time when he sort of beat up Roman in a fair fight, and now I've even heard rumors that, I don't know if they're true. I've heard rumors from was Brian Alvarez said that were people in attendance that piping in news for Roman Reigns. And speaking of piping in, we're going to get into that, controlling the reaction. But as the match went on, it was clear that they were not buying Roman Reigns as a babyface. The whole time this was happening, people were just booing every bit of offense that Roman Reigns got, and then cheering every time to turn it around. So because of that, they weren't buying him. So yeah, I would say that was a failure. They certainly did not get the reaction they were looking for out of the babyface and the heel. I'm just trying to find my stream here. Sorry if I sound a little bit distracted, but I want to see the chat and it's not coming up on my video. So I'm just trying to see, why is this not, it's not broadcasting on my channel. So maybe I have a little bit more to learn about broadcasting here, and that's fine. But yeah, I wish that I could see the chat. I can't see the chat. If you have me on Facebook, send me a link to the chat, please, because I can't. Anyway, enough of that. So partway through this match, Roman Reigns accidentally spears Stephanie McMahon. That probably got the shit out of any in the main event, other than, I guess other things got pretty good reactions, but no, they didn't get as big of a reaction, and they were in the opposite direction, with the babyface getting booed and the heel cheered, and there's still a reaction than all of that anyway, and it was so then Roman Reigns won the title, and he sort of celebrated, and I got a notice here, 1 second. Just seeing if someone's sending me the link in the chat, because I want to see what you're saying, but nope, that's just someone sarcastic on my Facebook. All right, so I'm going to leave the reactions out of the way here for a second. So yeah, and then Roman was celebrating in front of the crowd, and it was weird because you saw, here, I'll show you. You saw a whole lot of this. But for some reason, there was no audio. It was weird that for some reason, all of the audio of the audience just missing. It was like their voice, the broadcast. So just this is what you saw. Angry faces, disappointed people, but no audio. So clear that the WWE turned down the audio as the show went out because they were expecting a bad reaction and they didn't want to end the biggest event of the year, chorus of boos. So this is my first live broadcast in over a year. Yeah, probably just over a year. And yeah, it looks like I've got some more to learn, but I'll probably be doing more. This is for day 3 of VEDA. This is my rundown of WrestleMania. I would say WrestleMania left a lot to be desired. The best match was the women's match, I would say. I would say the best match for sure was the women's match. I would say TakeOver was better. I'm not going to say that it was the worst WrestleMania. I hate that when people do that. Sometimes that's true, though. There obviously was at least one worse WrestleMania. But, say this was the worst pay-per-view in history or anything like that. I thought it could have been better. I was very disappointed with the way that it went. And I think that, yeah, subpar WrestleMania. So that's it. It'll be cool to see the Wyatts against The Rock if that's the way things are going, which I suspect they are. Monday Night Raw will be interesting tomorrow. But, yeah, that's really all I have to say. I'm going to end this because I'm rambling. Thanks for watching. I'm probably going to watch The Walking Dead now, and that'll probably be my video for tomorrow. Maybe I'll do another live stream. We'll see. Anyway, thanks for watching, and if it's your first time here, hit the subscribe button here. I don't know where it is. Anyway, thanks for watching, and have a good day.